What would you do if the woman you swore to spend your life with, the one who promised forever, was secretly planning a future with another man right under your nose? I never thought I'd be asking myself that question. It's not about Sarah. The night everything broke was a Tuesday. 2 a.m. The soft glow of my phone screen illuminating the betrayal. A notification. A forgotten sync. A single message from her deleted folder. Popping up on my old iPad, which she thought was dead. It wasn't a love note, but a reservation confirmation for 2 under her maiden name, for a weekend getaway to Malibu next month. The name on the second guest line wasn't mine. It was Mark. My heart didn't just sink, shattered, leaving jagged edges in my chest. I stared at the screen, the digital evidence a cold, hard slap. Who was Mark? And what else had she been hiding? If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from, what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The humiliation hit me first, a tidal wave of nausea. Sarah, my wife of 10 years, was a stranger. Her phone, once left carelessly on the counter, was now always clutched in her hand or face down. Late nights at work events became more frequent. Her perfume sometimes carried a faint, unfamiliar undertone. She'd become distant, her eyes often glazed over, a subtle smirk playing on her lips when she thought I wasn't looking. The warmth in her touch had vanished, replaced by a perfunctory peck on the cheek. I felt like a ghost in my own home. The slow discovery was agonizing. Started checking our shared cloud account, the one she'd forgotten I had full access to. The deleted texts, the photos she'd meticulously scrubbed from her phone, all resurfaced like digital ghosts. There were hundreds of them. Messages to Mark, detailing their clandestine meetings at the Hotel Bel Air, dinners at Catch LA, even a weekend trip to Santa Barbara. He was a real estate developer, older, wealthier, and from the photos, smug. His name was Mark Jensen. He lived in a sprawling mansion in Beverly Hills. The texts painted a picture of a passionate, illicit affair, filled with promises of a future that didn't include me. Sarah's words, once reserved for me, were now lavished on him. Dripping with affection and contempt for her boring husband. My stomach churned with every word I read. Sarah, meanwhile, grew colder, more manipulative. She'd gaslight me, accusing me of being paranoid, of imagining things. "You're just stressed, David," she'd say, her voice laced with feigned concern, her eyes devoid of any real emotion. "Maybe you need to see someone." She'd pick fights over trivial matters, creating distance, making me feel like the problem. The villains, Sarah and Mark, felt untouchable. I saw them once by chance at a coffee shop on Sunset Boulevard. They were laughing, his hand on her back, her head thrown back in a way she hadn't laughed with me in years. I ducked behind a parked car, my heart pounding, a cold fury settling deep in my bones. I emotionally broke down in the solitude of my study, surrounded by photos of our wedding, our vacations, our life. Oh, the pain was unbearable. But amidst the tears, a new resolve began to form. I wouldn't just leave. I would make sure she understood the true cost of her betrayal. I started secretly gathering proof meticulously. I downloaded every deleted text, every photo, every email from the cloud. I hired a private investigator, a discreet man named Frank, who documented their movements, their hotel stays, their lavish gifts. I recorded phone calls where she subtly admitted to being with friends when she was clearly with Mark. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp woman named Ms. Davies, who specialized in high-asset cases. She listened patiently, her expression grim, as I laid out the evidence. "This is airtight, David," she said, her voice firm. "She won't see it coming." I began setting legal and social traps. I transferred assets, ensuring my financial security. I subtly alerted key figures in our social circle, planting seeds of doubt about Sarah's character without revealing the full truth yet. I made sure Mark Jensen's business dealings, which I'd learned were not entirely above board, came to the attention of a few well-placed contacts. The plan was intricate, a slow-burning fuse designed to detonate at the most opportune moment. Sarah, oblivious, continued her charade, her arrogance growing with each passing day. She even started talking about buying a new car, a luxury SUV, hinting that Mark was helping her with the down payment. The public exposure happened on a crisp autumn morning. The divorce papers were served at her office, a high-profile PR firm in downtown Los Angeles. Not by a process server, but by Ms. Davies herself, accompanied by a journalist I'd tipped off. Simultaneously, the evidence of her affair, meticulously compiled, was anonymously leaked to a gossip blog popular among our social set. The photos, the texts, the hotel receipts, all laid bare. The article detailed her affair with Mark Jensen, painting her as a calculating gold digger. Mark Jensen's questionable business practices also hit the news, thanks to my subtle nudges. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. Her clients started pulling out, her reputation in the cutthroat PR world shattered. Mark Jensen, facing his own legal troubles, quickly distanced himself. Leaving her to face the music alone? Sarah was completely ruined. Her career was over, her social standing obliterated. The divorce settlement, thanks to my ironclad evidence, left her with almost nothing. She lost the house, the cars, even her beloved designer wardrobe. She tried to fight, but every move she made was met with irrefutable proof. Her friends, once so eager to bask in her reflected glamour, vanished. Mark Jensen, the man she'd risked everything for, disappeared from her life, leaving her with nothing but a mountain of debt and a tarnished name. I saw her once. Months later, working as a barista in a small coffee shop in Santa Monica, her eyes hollow, her once vibrant spirit extinguished. She didn't see me. I drove away, the Pacific Ocean stretching endlessly before me, the setting sun casting long shadows. There was no triumph, no joy, just a profound emptiness. The silence in my car was deafening, a stark contrast to the storm that had raged within me for so long. The taste of victory was colder than I ever imagined. The end.